Philippians 2 in verse 4 says, "Do nothing from selfishness or empty conceit, but in humility of mind count others more important than yourselves." One time when I was at the doctor's office, I saw a sign posted on the back of the door. And it caught my eye because at the top of this sign was printed in big bold letters the title, "The Toddler Commandments." And underneath that title were these 5 statements. If I like it, it's mine. If I can take it from you, it's mine. If you want it, it's mine. If I had it a while ago, it's still mine. But if it's broken, it's yours. And as humorous as those are, I found it to be an interesting illustration of the same problem that we sometimes take with us into adulthood. And that's the me problem. Selfishness has a way of masking itself beneath everything that we do. And that's why I think this verse is so important. And it seems to boil down to 2 main things. First of all, it means that we don't do selfish things. And maybe that one is pretty easy to unmask. It's not hard to see the egotistical or self-centered person who clearly only cares about themselves. And you might even see that on a daily basis in the people around you. But it's likely more subtle than that. And what I mean by that is you and I probably do a lot more selfish stuff than we think. Things like failing to take out the trash or clean the dishes, getting frustrated or angry with people, not taking interest in spending time with those who are different than us, talking over someone when they really just need us to listen. And those are all pretty small things. But here's the point. If you were to take a layer or 2 off of even the most insignificant things that we do, you just might discover selfishness at the bottom of it. So doing nothing from selfishness means that you don't do selfish things. But secondly, it means that you don't do things for selfish reasons. And this one I think is much more difficult to unmask than the first. There are a lot of good, non-selfish things that you and I can be doing, but we can be doing them for all the wrong reasons. And that doesn't mean that we shouldn't derive joy and satisfaction out of serving others, but if we're doing these things simply because we know that we'll get something out of it or that we'll personally benefit from it, then we're just as bad, if not worse, than person number 1. And at the end of the day, we end up facing the very same me problem where selfishness disguises itself under layers and layers of masks. Instead, the solution, Paul says, is to count everyone more important than yourselves. So maybe we aren't arrogant people, maybe we're kind people when we do things for others, but do we really count ourselves as the very least? Do we really treat everyone like they're the most important person in the room? Because that's what it really means to be the kind of people who do nothing from selfishness.